Okay, time for a little update. Time to see what we learned from our little finishing the basement so we can make indie games in it. Adventure. Alright, well, let's see here. The floor is held up pretty well. Fortunately, it would seem that this concrete is kind of pushing 100 years old, actually. So there are some spots that are either too moist or too dusty to hold paint. It seems to be right in the middle here. So yeah, they're just flaking off like scabs. Ew. So I think I'm going to get like a small outdoor carpet to go over the square area that's underneath my desk. You know, that should cover that problem. Now the rest of the floor seems to be doing fine. I've finally gotten the masonry ceiling paint on the cement behind the furnace. So you see it's all white back there. I filled in the cracks as best as I possibly could with a 2-inch hand brush and try to keep it as neat as possible. You know, I want to keep the new hardware looking good. But that's about as good as we're going to get it for this year. So, yeah, and it is noticeably less moist down here now that all these little things have been filled in. Okay. Also, this door has the old style 1800s square type doorknob in it. And see, I've taken that off and completely redone it in nickel. So, yeah, I want to get a nickel plate cover for these light switches. And then after I do that, it'll match. So, but yeah, I can't take full credit for this one. I found another tutorial on YouTube about how to redo these old rusted square type doorknobs. So, and it's like, I didn't do, see, this is still old rusted metal here. I just did the part you could see. And also painted the entire door, cleaned the glass, made it as nice as possible. Still got this gap where the hose was in. Have to maybe seal that up. The hose from the water softener. This is a great water softener. It makes a huge difference in, you know, the way my food tastes, the way the water tastes, and of course, it gets rid of any of those little calcium deposits around the sinks and tub. So definitely worth it. But I managed to vent it through the wall here. You're not going to be able to see that without special lighting, but I didn't cut a hole in my floor joist just to vent this hose to the sump pump. However, what I did do was I took a hole that someone had already, you know, dug in there for some old electrical work and just widened it a bit. So managed to get this hose through there. No reason for it to come out in through the door or anything. This is much quieter, much more efficient. So now I get filtered and softened water, and I don't have to mess with my door. So that's really good. Okay, so that's about it, except for the ceiling. Yeah. So this is what it's going to look like. I got some up here. Yeah, so those are just basic foam boards. You can get those at a craft store for about $4.25. I get them at the grocery store for $3.99. Now they only keep so many of them in stock, so I get as many as I can when I can. And so little by little, going to fill in all these slats here, so I should have a complete, you know, no cobweb, no creepy dust ceiling. And I'm basically doing what they did here with ceiling tiles. Unfortunately, ceiling tiles are a bit more expensive and not as sturdy as they used to be back in them times. So these I'm keeping. I'm going to take them down, spray them down with a fresh coat of paint, so they'll look better. You know, this is a very 50s kind of splatter design up here, very Jackson Pollock. But yeah, so those are going to be reused, and the rest of the spaces are going to be filled in with foam board. So have a nice white ceiling. Another thing that didn't hold up was this wooden board here, you see. Yeah, it's I tried painting it with extra thick paint, and the paint was more durable than the wood. So yeah, it's this section at least is going to have to come off. Maybe all the sections. Now they replaced them with all plastic. That is to say, it wouldn't be wood panel. It would be PVC. I mean PCP. I mean PCB of some kind. That is to say, the wall panel would be all plastic. Nothing that could catch mildew or anything. So yeah, so this piece of the wall is going to have to go. But besides that, everything's going pretty well. It is a lot hotter down here than I anticipated. So I mean, we're getting out of August now, so it'll be okay. But by the time next summer comes around, I'm going to need to come up with a better cooling solution, maybe a standing AC unit. Right now I'm using this. This is one of those window fans that also manages to fit very precisely somehow into a large Coleman cooler. I fill this with ice and then I put it on exchange, so it sucks air in and then, you know, sucks it back out again. It does make a noticeable difference, you know. I can't say it's as good as a standard wall unit, but you know, it makes it bearable. So anyway, that's about it for the update. When I fix the panels and the ceiling and the floor, I'll make another update and make good on my promises. So if anybody has any suggestions on how I can make, you know, this damp basement space more livable, so that I can, you know, do serious programming work down here, please leave some comments, because I'd love to get comments. Thank you very much.